Welcome back. This is game 2 between Joypek, QEDjoypek up here, the Terran spawning at the top right, and Manipulator, Protoss spawning in the bottom left. And these are casted from the recent Southeast Asia Clan League Week 2 match between QED Mixed Lollies versus, I can't remember who they're playing now. That was pretty bad by me. I believe, here we go anyway. Pretty standard. Again, we'll just bring the names up, bring the production up, and we'll see where we go from there. The first game, Joypek, no, wrong one. The first game, Joypek lost due to misscouting of a pylon in his base, and a standard 4-gate opening by the Protoss, who then charged forward from the 4-gate. All Joypek needed to do was to scout that, and could have prevented that. It was unfortunate, but in the lower levels you've got to particularly be careful of that. It's a common tactic in the bronze, silver and gold to try and hide pylons in your opponent's base. Works pretty well too normally due to that one fact you don't scout. So, bring it all back, you have to scout. It's pretty basic and pretty simple, but it's what we all forget, scouting. Simple check around your base when that first Marine came out. He knew that probe was trapped in there, so who knows what it would have done. Simply run the Marine around and A-move, check it, make sure there's no pylons, particularly because knowing that what he scouted was a 4-gate, he knew it was going to be all in. He had the right defense down here in his expansion. He had two bunkers up to defend it, but needed more than that. Here comes that probe in again. So we look over here. He's actually going for a forge fast expand against the Terran. This is pretty risky. A heavy racks play, like a 2-3 racks push, could cause a lot of damage here depending on how many cannons he wants to put. And the more cannons he puts up, the more it risks that he's not going to get the economy boost he wants from having this, because the Terran will just expand anyway. Joypek showed in the last game he loves an early expand. As it stands, though, this probe's being followed, so he will not leave a pylon down this time. Much better by Joypek, and he's got his first Marine coming out. Now, it'll be interesting to see how many cannons Manipulator decides to drop on this before he drops his Nexus. It looks like he's going to stay up and drop his Nexus now, which is very, 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 very risky. Depending if Joypek decides to drop his own, or drop another command center in return, or drop a couple more barracks. By the looks of it, oh no, he's dropped a cannon, not a pylon. So he's going one cannon into Nexus. Very risky, but could pay off quite well. Again, he's only got one barracks up and one Marine up. He wants to get rid of this probe, I guess, before he does anything else. He's building up a lot of minerals though, so I'm guessing he's going to expand himself now. Here comes this SEV out now to expand. No, he's dropping another supply depot. So he's really trying to hide this from the probe. Probe's got no idea. He's presuming there's an expansion going on out here, which there is now. Joypek sending his SEV down there. He's dropping that command center now. So he's going to keep pretty level to what the Protoss is doing. I think the Protoss has got that forge up, which he could use late game for possibly more upgrades, but has dropped cannons, which will slow down his economy instead of speed it up like he wanted to happen off this. This could work only if he can keep the economy boost, but he's not really going to happen. Now he's going to be really cheeky, and he's dropped in a simulator, so he's prevented him getting gassed. I think he might be scared of the 1-1-1, to be honest, and that's why he's gone for the Forge Fast Expands map. He figured everyone would go back to cheese, and go back to a 1-1-1, which Forge Fast Expand doesn't work too well against 1-1, but the key is having that extra minerals up as a Protoss in order to get more units out when the 1-1 hits. And with the Forge you can prevent Banshees by dropping a couple of cannons. As it stands, he's dropping a second barrack, so there's no 1-1-1 happening here. His Marines will slowly take down this assimilator. The DPS isn't high enough to do too much damage here. We'll see what happens. He's dropping a bunker out of front to defend. Manipulator, on the other hand, is slowed down a bit here. He's got his gateway going down now, so he still hasn't got any units out, and only 2 cannons, with powered by one pylon. So if he had a nice group of Marines come out, he could take out that pylon, but Joypek's happy to do the same and just keep building production units. I mean, if you look here at the count, the pros are slightly ahead, probably because Manipulator caught him off guard with what he was doing, and Joypek didn't quite realise and couldn't quite keep up. But Joypek has got some units out which Manipulator does not have out, which comes in handy. As we go back to the production tab, we see that he's already using that forge for an upgrade, which is a very wise choice. If you're going to have the forge there and a forge fast expand, you may as well use it. Another pylon coming up now which will power the second cannon, so that was wise as well. So you want to make sure you have your cannons powered at all times. Let's see what's going on here. Not much else happening really. Joypek's got the three racks now, so he's going to start mass producing Marines. He's got a reactor coming up, so it's going to be a mass Marine push. He could do a lot of damage with this if he hits in time. I mean, we've only got one unit out at the moment, but these are all. He's got how many units we got coming out? Got 3 zealots. That's all they're coming. He has got a tech lab as well, researching concussive shells. So it's going to be a mass MM ball. Don't see a factory going down yet to get into Starport, which is a bit unfortunate. Oh, here we go. Up here we got another command. So it's going to be triple expand. I think he's going to do the cheeky float it over here and just start using mules. I've seen a few Terrans do this, and damn it is cheeky, because you just don't think to check up there if you don't see the rocks broken. But just a command center of mules, it can produce quite a lot of minerals off that one little base. He's getting a second monk now. He's worried about another heavy all-in. 6 gate, 4 gate or something like that. Well, it looks like we've got a 4 gate here, which when that's finished we'll turn to warp gate research. As Dan's got a couple of zealots going on the map to get map control. They're going to take both the Vilnaga towers, which Joypek has not contested. Not the smartest move, I think. I think he could have contested it. He was trying to move up here. He's going to realise there are rocks there. He can't actually just move in there. I'm not sure what this SCV is doing, but it's not going to make it wherever he wants to go anyway. But he's going to come back. That was the move. So Stan's got +1 armor coming up for those zealots. It's going to be pretty. Zealot heavy armor is going to be useful in this. Got Templar archives coming down. This MM ball is getting bigger, slowly but surely getting bigger. He's stopped on the production for a bit here, and he has got combat shields coming up. And now he's got the factory coming up. Settle time well to start building medivacs. He's got a couple more supply depots coming up, so he can kind of scout what's going on when people push up his ramp. There's able grand vision for just here on the bottom of it, so that he'll be able to see there if anything comes up. But also at risk of sniping, if an observer comes out, if you see stalkers here, you could just snipe those out, which would be unfortunate. The stands we got when it comes to the units now, they're about even really with Joypek. You add the SCVs on there, is harvesting just as well as Manipulator, but has a few more units out in the map. There's going to be a Charge Lot heavy army, by the Charge Lot Archon army. MM Ball will do alright against a Charge Lot Archon army, particularly if he ends up getting a few ghosts. I don't know whether Joypek will put that into his game, but it would be handy. As it stands though, he's got the supply lead. We go back to production. Storm's coming up, so he's going to use Storm as well. So he's going for a very Templar Archon Zealot heavy force here. I'm surprised he hasn't actually got charge yet. That would be kind of what you think would come up soon to be able to stop the Marines from kiting as well. But he hasn't, which I think is a bit of a mistake here. The kiting hasn't been the best from Joypek, and he saw that in the first game. So he knows that he's not experienced with the active kiting. So just having charge would cause a lot of trouble here. But the starport's coming up now, which will help build a lot of medivacs to keep the units healed. Now charge is coming up. Storm is finished. Still no Templars on the field though. Sorry, he's got 2 Templars on the field as it stands. They can 3 Templars, so they can start building up energy for the storm. And we've got +2 armor coming up. So +2 armor, no attack. I feel he should have gone to at least get +1 attack as well. He has done this. He's dropped the sneaky expansion and dropped the mules. He can pretty much slow down the probe count now, as long as he keeps the Protoss down to 2 bases. And here we go. This MM ball is getting larger, and all it's missing is a couple medivacs, which are coming now with the reactive starport. We'll mass produce those. That factory, I wonder if he's going to use that for scouting. He's sending out a Marine now here to check out this zealot. He'll get this Marine will die pretty quick here, which will tell him what's going on. Fortunately, no upgrades on the Marines yet. I don't even see your engineering bay is coming down now, so the archives will be like, but he has got the Ghost Academy out already. So therefore, he can start producing some ghosts. And with ghosts, he's got EMPs, which is going to absolutely destroy this army that Manipulator is trying to build here. He's even got more barracks coming down, more barracks, more medivacs. Joypek seems to be in a good spot here. Here comes the upgrades now. He's got 1-1 coming from the 2 engineering bays. He's dropped down at the same time. I would like to see him start getting a couple of ghosts out now, so they would come in handy. Here they go, and there we go. He's supply blocked himself pretty heavily here, which unfortunately he hasn't even noticed yet. I don't think that he's supply blocked. Has he got any supply depots coming down? He's got 2 coming down now, so he just knows he's supply blocked, which has slowed him down immensely here. Stopped his ghost production. This Charge Lot heavy army is coming now. It's got 1 sentry and a heap of storms. We just need to do. He's got no idea about this expansion here. Just slowly building up an SCV count to get him gas, and is muling away on those minerals. He's got his forward pile and a couple of Templars there as well. He's also taken a 3rd himself. Slightly behind Joypek's, but easier to get saturated because he can use the units from his other mining bases to do so. Now I think he's getting impatient here and might try and push up. This would be a bad place for the Zealots to try and push up. He's got the ramp. Those Zealots will melt with this ramp. And he's got a few ghosts out now. Surely a few EMPs. Is he going to sell? Oh no. He's salvaging the bunkers at just the wrong time. This is unfortunate for Joypek here. Had he not salvaged those bunkers then, it would have been a much better place. As it stands, those storms have ripped apart his forces. Oh no, Joypek, what is happening? Manipulator here is coming in with the storms. He's ravishing him completely. Poor Joypek. Looks like he's going to go down to this Charge Lot Archon army, which is quite unfortunate. Quite a heavy force here has come in. He's even got armor level 3 coming up. He really need those ghosts to do their magic, and they didn't, which is unfortunate. He's even had to pull all his SCVs to try and block the ramp here. He's got a bunch of marines coming. He's got the minerals to get producing these marines, but they're not going to do much against his force. It's cleaned up the base. Manipulator is happy. He's moving off. He hasn't kept up much in production though after that. He's just kept up one upgrade. That's the armor. He still hasn't researched any of the... so he's got +1 in attack, but hasn't researched any more. He's dropping some more gateways down now. He has no idea that the Joypek is not on one base. So that is the only thing running in Joypek's favour here. He's got this base here, and it's pretty well mining now. These SCVs though need to go back and start mining. He's got a nice force here of marines. He's going to try and push back out. He's searching for this extra base. He can't believe that Joypek's only on one base this far into the game. And he's checking it out now. This pylon's going to fall. Nice catch there. Hopefully he sweeps up and gets rid of the pylon up here as well, and a few stalkers there. Be a nice catch. He's going to fall back. Fall back. Maybe even go for a drop. Ooh, is this medivac going to pass dead straight over these units? It has. Is he going to feedback it? Is he going to feedback it? Oh, he could have feedbacked it. Oh, he's let that pass. That was very, very, very lucky for Joypek. And now he's going to have to walk to Unison's base to defend. And there is a lot of gateways of not many pylons. He could shut down a lot of the production for Manipulator here through some well-placed drop and just sniping some pylons. That's pretty much all the tech is running off those 2 pylons. He's obviously waiting for this drop. You can see it. And he knows the stalkers there waiting, so he knows it's not the best position to drop. This base though is starting to saturate up slowly but surely, and he's managed to get his second back down again. He's got a bunker. He's still got 1 bunker at least. He needs to man that bunker. I mean, take the best you can. He's now got +1 shields and +2 ground weapons coming. Turn infantry weapon 1 is building now. This drop is still hovering around there. He's got the obs on it to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. Which unfortunately, he's going to try. Is he going to try and push up again? No. He's got a lot of stalkers now instead of the mass charge lots he had before. And he hasn't got as many storms as he had. He's got a fair few at the back, which could come in handy. As it stands though, it looks like this push could be enough, but his stalkers have blocked all his Templars from getting in there and casting the storms. So he's had to turn them into Archon. This is a mistake by Manipulator. He's trapped his own Templars at the back of his army, and these Archons are going to fall under the heavy fire. And he's going to push forward here. He's stimmed. He wants his army, and he's going to take them down. A few EMPs have gone off. Didn't do much though, but they went off anyway. He's going to have to fall back though, because these charge lots are going to cause a fair bit of trouble if he's not careful. He's managed to get back into the choke. All this time his drop's done nothing, hasn't been able to do anything. Joypek has got himself back in the game here due to mass stalkers getting in the way. He's going to try and drop here. I'm not sure what he's going to try and drop, but it looks like he's going to either support with the warp prism or do some drops. Then we go for some storm drops. More marines incoming. Why not? If it's working, build more. And he's had to fall back here, and he's also expanded to his 4th. Which he'll hopefully be able to saturate soon. As it stands, this base isn't very saturated. He isn't even mining properly. He's only just started mining off the gas net, so all that time he did not saturate this base nor protect it properly. This drop is still just sitting out there keeping these units back, which is not good. He's now dropping the robotics bay to get the Colossus. So he's actually mined himself out without saturating other bases, whereas Joypek's had this 3rd going. So even though he was technically brought down to 2, he's been able to keep a better economy going because it's been fully saturated. And with these going back down here, his economy should be still running higher than the Protosses. This MM ball is getting quite large. Actually, there's a few marauders in there, so it's like an couple of M's and a couple of G ball. As it stands though, he's getting shields level 2, so the Protosses are going to be very heavily upgraded. Probably at 332 compared to a 2-2 Terran. But that's not going to be enough. I mean, he could have actually, no, it's only going to be 322. You think you'd get weapons upgrade before another shields upgrade, seeing that there are ghosts on the field. A couple of lucky EMPs could pretty much destroy that. He's picked up a couple of units on those medivacs. I'm not sure why, whether it's a misclick or what, but he's got a couple of units in the medivacs. Maybe for a late drop. Now he's going to go up here and probably scout the 3rd and take it out. If he could get up there and take it out, it'd be very good. He's got a choke right behind him he doesn't have to worry about. He's stimming. See how quick this army responds here. He's taken that out. He's going to snipe this base. It all depends how quick this army responds behind here. Oh, he's ran straight into the army, but I think he'll have enough marines here in this choke to just destroy this four stalkers. This isn't enough. I don't know what he's done with all his Templars. He's not restocked the Templars, did not have the Storms, and these Marines are just running roughshed over these Stalkers. He's going to come in here and pinch the space, and now Manipulator's the one on the back foot. And he's really got to worry about this. He's now left some Stalkers here doing nothing as well. Manipulator is in panic mode. He's got no idea what's going on. He's panicking, and it's just giving a mass Marines for the win. He's coming over here to stalk the 4th. He's got mass reinforcements just streaming along like an anthill. These Zealots are not going to be enough to stop it. He's going to gather them up with these Stalkers here. Maybe with a good force field on the ramp, or something along those lines. But he could pick up and just move all these and drop them all here. He's got enough medivacs there that he could just do a mass pick up and drop. And these reinforcements come in. He's trying to get Colossus out in a hurry, but he's not going to be able to get any out. He hasn't got the income anymore. He's got the robotics bay up, but he hasn't got the income. As it stands, this drop here has been keeping no Stalkers behind as well. So just through multitasking, he's managed to confuse Manipulator and get the base up. Oh, finally, Manipulator has spotted that he's had this third the whole time, and those SCVs are got nowhere to run. Unfortunately, they are all going to fall. Joypek has not got anything to do with those SCVs. He's tried to force this in, but he just hasn't got enough units now. The DPS of that many Marines, and they're all 2-2 Marines, it's just too much. Even a scan to make sure there's no DTs in there, but there was no need. There was no DTs. Joypek has just got too much DPS. Now he's a bit overstimming here. There's no need to stim to take out a pylon, but I guess he just feels, and particularly when he's got no energy left on his medivacs. As it stands, though, he's just taking out everything. These force fields will hold him for a while, but Manipulator just doesn't have the units to stop it. Here they come. They're just going to stream past, take out these sentries, take out that pylon, take out these Zealots. It's just too many Marines. Stimming again. Another base will fall. It's like an anthill here. The Marines just keep on coming. These Zealots here haven't given up. These SCVs just sitting around doing much. It's just mass Marines he's gone now. I mean, if you know what works, use it. And he's worked out that mass Marines are clearly the best unit. He's even picked up and dropped above the force field. Very clever there from Manipulator. He's just got all hands on deck. There's no income whatsoever coming in for Manipulator. He has got nothing, and it'll have to be GG shortly. There's nothing he can do. He can't expand. He's got no minerals. He's got gas plenty. You get one Colossus coming out, and that'll cause a bit of damage before it falls down. Got 10 kills, 14 kills before it falls, and there's a GG from Manipulator. So that'll bring us to game 3, which I will put in HD. I forgot that my settings weren't on high, and I apologise for that. I'm not going to recast those 2 games though. Sorry.